went and asked my son what happened. He said, I saw an old man coming and putting his hand in between like this. Full of trash all around. And the man was sitting there. So he just said, Mom. I thought he was a beggar, fakir. I told my son, his smile is so beautiful and innocent. Suddenly it stuck to us. Could it be Baba? That was the entry of Sri Sainath in my life. Hari Om Sri Matre Namaha. My dear viewers, many of you have been asking me to share my life experiences with you. I've shared here and there, bit by bit. But now it's time for me to share who am I and where I am, what I am doing, why I am doing this, and how I came into this track, and all these things, I want to share with you all. So here in this episode, I'm going to give you my experiences with the Sainath of Shirdi. How he came into my life and how he pulled me back into this divine track. I want to share with you all. So I just want to start with few lines from Sai Mahimna Stotram. Sada Sat Swarupam Chidananda Kandam Jagat Sambhavasdhana Samharahetum Swabhakte Chaya Manusham Darshayantam Namamishwaram Sadgurum Sainatham Namamishwaram Sadgurum Sainatham. Sai Ram. So I was just an ordinary household woman. Though I was spiritual all along, I had no intention of teaching spirituality, nor I had no intention of teaching all these to people. Okay. So I was doing certain sadhanas and kept it to myself because I was attracted to Vedic chants from my childhood. So wherever I used to hear the sound of Veda mantras being chanted, I'll stand there and listen for a moment. So that was there inside me. I was attracted to Kandasashti Kavacham. So that was something like all-time favorite. And so that was something, I didn't know what is the meaning, but that vibration made me, get attracted towards that. And in that quest only, to know what is there in all these things only, I started learning certain Sanskrita Stotrani and Sri Rudram. And you know what, surprisingly, like when I learned something, it came to me naturally. So maybe I went for a class for 2 to 3 months, that's all. After that, I started developing that and I started reciting. I started doing the sadhana. And I even, before I decided, before I take a snan in Ganga, I should make 11 Ekadasa Rudra. And I chanted strenuously for 121 days. And then only I had in my dip and chanted Sri Rudram in Ganga Jala, everything. This all happened in my life and it was going on. But after some time, there were a lot of hurdles. In the sense that one thing is, like as you all know, people started commenting. Like you see, when you are into some trouble or when there is some issue in the family or something like that, because you are doing all this, which were originally prohibited for women. Women should not chant Sri Rudram and it should not be done by you. You're doing it. I think you are inviting all sorts of things and all these comments and started coming. And also I thought maybe because of this only something and all are happening and I stopped doing all these things. Okay. So I was once again, because of my karmas, I went back into the life, backsliding rather. And so this was happening. And my son, my eldest son, so he was in medical college then. So he became an ardent devotee of Sri Sainath, Shirdi Baba. So what he did was, like, he was the one who brought Sai Baba into our house. And, he's ardent devotee of Sri Sai Baba. And me too as well. There are so many controversies regarding Sainath. I will answer that at the end of the episode. And so he said one day, "Amma, shall we go to Shirdi?" I said, okay. I was not much attracted to Sainath then. So I said, okay, we'll go. So he was the one who booked the tickets and all. We had to, that time we took a flight from Chennai. So from Erode, we had to travel to Chennai and take a flight from Chennai and go to Pune. No direct flight to Shirdi that time. So we had to go to Pune. And from Pune, we'll have to take a cab and go to Shirdi. So this was the itinerary. We booked a room at Shirdi and it wasn't much crowded that time, not like now. And it is not as crowded and not much of all this commerciality around the place and everything. So must have been some around 20 years, around 18 to 19 years must be. Yeah, exactly. It should be 18 years or 19 years. So we started a journey from Erode. So we started a journey by car. So like my son was driving the car, I was sitting next to him, and one of his friends, he was sitting at the back. Only just three of us. No, none of the family members were accompanying us because nobody was interested in Sainath. Okay. So we started a journey. So I had a practice like, whatever I do, whenever I go to a particular temple, even now I follow that. I will go into the history of the temple. I will start reciting what is the mantra connected with that devata so that we can experience the full of energy. So I started reading Sai Charitam and I was starting this hymn only, and also all the long I was saying Om Sai Ram. This is what simple mantra I knew. So I was reciting Om Sai Ram, and we were going. So when a car crossed Salem, okay, Salem is a place very close to my place. So just one or 1.5 hour drive from here. Chennai will have to go at least 5 hours drive from my place. So we were crossing that place and there was a jerk. I was looking at my laptop and Sainath picture was there. So I was just looking at that and just a small jerk. I was actually drinking water, but water didn't spill also. The small jerk was there in the car and the car stopped. I asked my son what happened. He said, I think I hit the lorry in front. He was also not sure. Okay, there was a lorry which was carrying sand and going in the front. And the lorry went off because we didn't know that it was a major accident. We didn't know that. Okay. And he got down from the car and he went and saw the car. And I didn't get down also. From his expression, I found out that it is something major. When I got down and saw, the car was damaged till the carburetor. The front part was completely damaged. I'll post the picture also. And I got so frightened, not a jerk inside, not a spill of water. And I don't know how it happened. And I asked my son, what happened? I said, no, Ma, I don't know. But he said, I saw an old man coming and putting his hand in between like this. So that was the entry of Sri Sainath in my life. So actually it was karma cleansing. And even when we told the family members, they said, come back, don't go. Something worse may happen, don't go. But we decided we are going to go. So we informed the workshop people to tow the car back home. We took a taxi, went to Chennai, boarded the flight to Pune. And from Pune, we'll have to go. I know it's so comfortable nowadays. You have a direct flight to Shirdi from Chennai and Coimbatore also. But those days it was something big. And we're driving to Pune, we have to go by car, and the journey used to be like as though you're riding a cart. So we went there And we booked the room. So we went there, I had a change, everything. And my son told me, Amma, we have come to this sacred place. So let's discover this place, explore this place. Because his friend had told him already there are some 30 to 35 places you have to visit around then. Go a parikrama around the village also, Shirdi. So around evening 5:30, we came out of our room and we went for the Mukhadarsha. So I don't know whether it's open nowadays also. That was open all along. So you can go and sit in the Mukhadarsha and have the darshan of Sainath from far. So we started having the Mukhadarsha. Then we had a food. And my son said, Amma, no crowd now. So let's go around and explore the village. So we started walking down the lane. That is the lane towards the Chavadi. You have the Chavadi on one side and you have the Dwarakamayi on the other side. So we started walking down the lane. It was dark. Almost all the shops closed. Even the eateries which you find on the road, they were also all closed. And there was a man. It was full of trash all around. And the man was sitting there. And he called me Amma, Amma. So he just said Amma, Amma. I thought he was a beggar, fakir. So he said Amma, Amma. I got frightened rather because, we people who are coming from south, we wear jewelry, we wear her Mangal Sutra, gold one and all. So we were really frightened because my son only was with me. And again he repeatedly called me Amma, Amma. So we stopped. I told my son, come on, let's go back. Let's go back to the room. It's not safe to go here. But you know what? When we started walking back, he came, followed us. So I told my son, hey, he's following us, right? Pinale veranda. That's what we said. He's coming at the back. So he came and he crossed over and there was a small house-like thing. He went and stood at the door of it and he's called us in, go inside and see. Actually, we were frightened, but we do not know why we went inside. So it was a small house. Inside the small house, I don't know how many of you have seen that place. It's just few yards away from the Chavadi. And there was a small Shivlinga and a small Yajna Kunda. And there was some ash there. And some old things were kept. That is very old things. That is very old mud pots and something and all was kept. And he told me in Hindi, this is the place where Baba used to worship the Shivling. This is the Shivling Baba worshipped. So we were, felt so happy for that. So he said, do the parikrama. So we went around that place and then take the basma also from there. So we took the basma from there and smeared it on her forehead. We stood there for some time. The place was filled with so much of positive energy. The vibes were so good that we did the parikrama and then we came out. I just gave a 10 rupee note to him. He took the note, he held both ends like this and he saw that and he smiled. So I thought he was so happy for 10 rupees and just we walked past. Then we were coming near, that is the Chavadi, that is, you will find nowadays it's become a shop. You have the house of Lakshmi Bai Shinde's house. I don't know how many of you have seen it. So then he crossed us and he called us again. And he took us into the lane. We didn't know whether to follow him or not to follow him. Double-minded. One mind was telling, no, go back to the room. The other mind was telling, let's see what will happen. Let's see, go. So he took us into a lane and he took us to the house. People were sitting and talking, a normal household. And he took us inside and he said, this is where Baba used to come and eat every day. And these are the plates and other things and all. He used to come here. So he showed us and some old robes were there. That place was locked also. Only through the grill you could see. So we saw all those things and we came out of the lane. And then he showed us a building which was in ruins, completely ruined. So only the brick structure was there. No roofing was there. It was completely ruined, and only, no flooring also. It's completely ruined. Just, it's in Tamil we'll say kutti chevru. That is, say, small bricks were standing there. I said, that's a place where Baba used to sleep. It's also there, not there now. It's become a shop now. So we went inside, okay, and that place also had beautiful vibes, though it was dark. Maybe because of our faith, and Shirdi because it's the wonderful land of Shirdi Baba. It is filled with so much of faith. So we took the sand and also smeared on our head, and we worshipped Baba, and we came out of it. And thought, okay, done with that. Okay. Then he came. He said, he showed there is a neem tree there, not the neem tree which is inside the premises. I am not talking about the neem tree which is inside the premises of the Shirdi Baba temple. A big, huge neem tree is there, all of you know, and you get the basma everywhere around it, and the neem leaves we all pick, all those things are there. It's not inside the campus, it is outside the Chavadi and the Dwarakamayi area. So there was a big, I will share the pictures. There was a big, what you call as a stage-like thing, and the neem tree was in the center. And this man said, this is the place. Everything was, the conversation was in Hindi. Though I can understand, I cannot speak, I can understand a little bit of Hindi. So he said, this is the place in which Baba used to take bath. And also he used to meet people from here. So he showed me that. Okay, we came around the neem tree, and it was also written there. So we came around the neem tree, and then quickly he jumped onto that stage and plucked few neem leaves. He plucked few neem leaves and gave it in my hand. He said, taste it, it will be sweet. Believe me, it was sweet. I had the praptam to receive that neem leaf. Okay, so we both tasted. It was sweet, not a sign of smallest bitterness. We tasted it. We were so awestruck. My God, so wonderful. Baba's grace is great. That is the first step into how I started completely believing in Shirdi Sainath. Now we started moving towards our place. Now you know what I did? I gave him 100 rupees. Again, he went and sat in one place, kept his leg like this, as how Baba usually sits, held that 100 rupees in his hand and gave a broad smile. The smile was like, you are giving me? It was like that. We crossed him. Just few meters we would have crossed. I told my son, his smile is so beautiful and innocent. Like, a child. Like my second children were small kids. So my son was telling one son's name. I was telling the other son's name. He smiles like those very small kids. Like they were just 2 years or 1.5 years. He's smiling like them. No, the smile is so beautiful, so innocent. Suddenly it stuck to us. Could it be Baba? Okay. So my son ran back to see if the person was there. He was not there. He ran back. He went running. I was just standing there. He was running and looking out for all the places where all we went. He went all those places. No, he could not have vanished so easily. We couldn't find. Even now we look out for. Every time we go to Shirdi, we'll see, will we be seeing him? But my inner mind will say, oh, you fool. It is Baba who gave you the darshan in the physical form, and now still you're searching. I even took the picture of it. I will also share that also. I said, I took the picture of the neem tree, in fact. He was standing next to it. Like he was wearing a track pant. On top he was wearing a shirt or t-shirt. But he had a thing tied on it, which was yellow. When I took the picture, he just turned his head. So half picture is there. He didn't show me the face. The picture is there, still with me. Okay. So, and then after that, like we couldn't go and sleep. Those days the Dwarakamayi was open all the time. So we went and started Dwarakamayi, and we were praying to Shirdi Sainath, and the energy was so great. Okay, the whole night we stayed back. Straight we went for the morning Aarti Darshan. Okay, so like actually when I was introduced into Sainath, I used to see the live darshan of Shirdi Baba always on the computer. So that was the entry, and I have more to tell you. So I will continue in the next episode. Stay tuned with me, and thank you for supporting our channel. Srimatre Namaha.